and our Nepal Health Research Council family, media personnel, and national and international valued participants joining us here in person and virtually. As a member secretary of the Nepal Health Research Council, it is a great pleasure and an honor to welcome you all to the 24th FERCAP International Conference at Kathmandu. Hosting this conference in Nepal is a moment of great pride for us. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us make this happen. To all the delegates from foreign countries, invitees from several universities, government officials, academicians, experts, and research scientists, it is a proud moment for Nepal Health Research Council as we couldn't have made this possible without you all. Thank you. The theme for this year's conference is maximizing benefits through responsible conduct of research, which is highly relevant and demanding in the present context as we reflect on the pivotal role of ethics in shaping the future of health research. As researchers and practitioners, our work holds the power to shape policies, transform lives, and address some of the most pressing challenges of our time. However, this power must be used responsibly. Ethical research practices are not just procedural requirements, they are the bedrock of trust, integrity, and progress in science. Furthermore, responsible conduct of research is foundation for developing trust in science and developing evidence-informed decision-making. Nepal's journey in health research ethics has been one of the continuous growth and commitment from the establishment of the Nepal Medical Research Committee in 1982 to the formation of Nepal Health Research Council in 1991 and the introduction of ethical guidelines in 1995, we have made significant strides. The revision of the guidelines in 2001, 2011, 2019, and most recently in 2022 reflects our dedication to aligning with global best practices, including FERCAP recommendations. The accreditation of Nepal Health Research Council's Ethical Review Board by FERCAP in 2019 has marked a significant milestone in our efforts to promote ethical research. Once even the Right Honorable Chief Justice of Supreme Court took responsibility of Chair of Ethical Review Board at Nepal Health Research Council, indicating its value and commitment of the government of Nepal. I hope that FERCAP continues to serve as a dynamic platform where we exchange ideas, share experiences, and learn from one another. More importantly, let it inspire us to set new benchmarks for ethical practices in health research. Benchmarks that not only guide our work, but also resonate beyond our industries and countries. As we embark on this journey together, I wish you a fruitful conference, enjoyable days in the beautiful city of Kathmandu, the warmth of Nepalese hospitality, and perhaps even a chance to enjoy our wonderful weather at this very moment. I look forward to the meaningful conversation and collaborations that this conference will bring. I also wish comfortable and enjoyable stay of the international delegates here in Kathmandu. Thank you all. Namaste.
Finally, we arrived to this high mountain area, very popular. And all the members are very happy to join this conference. So I will just introduce all the members from various countries in Asia, and not only Asia, but all the world. So if I call, maybe please stand or raise your hand. Okay, so your country, okay. Australia, Canada, one person from Canada, okay. Two, okay. Ethiopia, okay, good. Two persons maybe on site. Then Germany, India, must be many. Very shy. 14 participants from India. Indonesia. $19 and more on site, online. Okay, thank you. And Japan. Oh, 8 members from Japan. That's really a tremendous progress for us. Okay. Kenya. 1 person from Kenya. 2. Okay. Then Korea. 5. Very old friends. Yeah. Malaysia. The previous host. Malaysia. Good. Norway. Very far. Thank you. You're coming. Pakistan. Very close. Pakistan. Okay, 2 persons. And Philippines. The big delegate from Philippines. 32 on site. And online more. Philippines. And Switzerland. All the way from Switzerland, yeah. Very much welcome. Taiwan. Big delegation from Taiwan. Okay. Tanzania. Okay. Very good. And Thailand. $126 on site. Very big, very powerful. Especially ladies are very powerful. And Uganda, 2 persons from Uganda. Okay. Very good, welcome. USA. Okay, so the totally on site is 249, and including the online participation is almost 600 people just watching. What? Nepal. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot the most important country. At this moment is Nepal. Good. So that's the proof of FERCAP is now developed and maybe proceeding to the next step, and we can enjoy the new information and new technology, up-to-date strategy. Also, so hopefully you can enjoy so much in this conference. Thank you very much.
Feeling of being honored to deliver this is a very brief, let's say, keynote speech to this session. I'm talking about equity and justice in health research. And when you talk about the ethics in health research, most of the time we talk about the ethical dilemmas and ethical issues when you conduct the research. But today I'm trying to highlight some of the points. Ethical issue is equally relevant when we do not conduct the research and where we are missing the research. This is where I just want to focus today. I think to begin, or as a point of departure, I just want to highlight the issue that we almost have forgotten. This is about the disparity in distribution of global resources in health. This issue was very important in the beginning of this century. And the global resources are how the global resources are being distributed across the globe. across the countries. This was very important agenda in the beginning of this century. Again, I just want to repeat it. This was perceived by the global community of the researchers that 90% of the global resources was being used or being spent or invested in health research of the problems that 10% of the world population were suffering from. And only the 10% of the global resources was used in the health research of the problems that 90% of the world population were suffering. And this gap was known as 1090 gap. And to address this 1090 gap, a very special organization was established back in 2005 or 2006 called Global Forum for Health Research. And the Global Forum for Health Research announced that there should be very ethical and very logical and justifiable distribution of global resources in health research around the world. And Global Forum for Health Research claimed to maintain, to attain poverty, equity, and justice through the health. And today we are so happy that this 24th FERCAP conference has set a theme of maximizing benefits through responsible conduction of health research. But this is extremely important when you talk about the benefit, whom benefit we are talking about. Therefore, this disparity in global resources in health was this was very much supported by World Health Organization, and it was really, really well established. But unfortunately, now this issue has been collapsed. And the Global Forum for Health Research is collapsed. It's pushed in the shadow, and we do not know what gap is existing today. And we do not know what kind of distribution is taking place of the global resources in health research. But I'm confident that the 1090 gap exists even today. And this is a time for health research to renounce the equitable justice distribution of global resources in health. Otherwise, when we talk about the capacity building, it's extremely difficult how we build our capacity without the resources. And we know that the country like ours, country like Nepal, will not be able to fund sufficiently in health research. And we are very much dependent on the global resources, and the global resources must be equitably and justifiably distributed in health research. This is what I just want to mention. And now, as ethics, I think when you talk about the research, yes, the researchers have definitely contributed a lot to improve the health status of different countries, including Nepal. And now, when you talk about the ethics in health research, I would like to mention just 2 points which are very much focusing to Nepal, and I'm sure that these points are relevant to many other countries. The one point is, this is about the disparity in health status of the people. In Nepal, if you look at the average progress of the country, I think Nepal has done tremendous progress in health. And many health indicators have been improved. And this improvement, this achievement has not only been appreciated within the country, but also appreciated in international community as well. Because we have reduced the maternal mortality rate, we have reduced child mortality rate, we have reduced the morbidity, and we have prolonged our life expectancy to the extent. If you look at the life expectancy, maybe if you compare with the 50 years back, it's amazingly we have improved life expectancy. And the question is, of course, this national gross average improvement has already pushed the real status of health of population in the country. I just want to give one example. There are so many examples of the disparity of health status in the country. The one example I just want to give, infant mortality rate. If you compare the infant mortality rate over the 3 decades in Nepal, it has been reduced so tremendously. I mean, we're very happy. We feel proud of reducing infant mortality rate in the country. Because infant mortality rate in 1996, we had more than 90 per 1,000 live births. But today, we have reduced to in around 20 per 1,000 live births. If we compare with 2016, it was 28 per 1,000 live births. I think this reduction is tremendous, and it's very, very inspiring for us. But it's not enough just to see the average reduction of infant mortality rate in the country. If you look at the disparity in infant mortality rate among the people living in different parts of the world, in different parts of the country, and living in different status, different condition of the country, this is something that we should think very seriously. It means in 1996, when we had infant mortality rate around 90 per 1,000 live births, there was disparity and difference between the highest and lowest mortality, infant mortality rate, just by less than 50%, around 45–46% difference. But today, when we have reduced infant mortality rate to less than 30 per 1,000 live births, the disparity between the highest and the lowest infant mortality rate is around 90% in the country. It means we have reduced the gross average of infant mortality rate, but we have not been able to address the disparity among the people living in different parts of the country, living in different status. Because disparity is being increased, difference is being increased. Therefore, this is very important point as an ethical issue in health research that we have contributed. The health research has contributed to produce the different tools to reduce the infant mortality rate, but it's extremely important how these tools are equally relevant to all sectors of population in the country. It should be taken as an ethical issue in health research, because this is whole issue of equity and justice in health. And the second point I just want to very briefly is about the financial burden to the population because of the health situation in the country. I think the financial burden is extremely high in the country. And I think every 1 in 10 service users, 1 in 10 service users have experienced the catastrophic expenditure in health. This is extremely serious situation in the country. And I think it's very important that we have Professor Dr. Sivaraj Adhikari, whose research I have been using in many occasions about the financial burden because of the health expenditure. He is, as health economist, I think I feel very proud of, finding him as a vice chair, honorable vice chair of National Planning Commission, and I'm so proud of using his research findings in many occasions of my deliberations. Here I just want to say that in Nepal today, every year more than 400,000 population, which is more than 1% of the total population, are pushed below the poverty line simply because of expenditure in health. And there are a lot of people who are in the below poverty line. They could come up but they have not been able to come up simply because of the expenditure in health. Therefore, this has been a serious issue. There are plenty of underlying causes of this expenditure, this financial burden. But one of the issues that we should seriously be thinking of for the health research is we are very much influenced by this market economic theory in health. Therefore, this is time for the health researchers to seriously consider and to displace this market economy theory in health and generate new theory of health economics, which will be based on equity and justice. And this is the ethical, due for the health research. I think we should think about it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
What you have to say today. So I take this opportunity to welcoming you in Nepal, in Kathmandu, for this special conference which the country has hosted. And I take this opportunity to thank FERCAP for all the work that has gone through, and all the FERCAP members. Welcome to Nepal. My only thing is, as a techno-bureaucrat, I am a bureaucrat, a technical bureaucrat working for the government for the last 23 years. And to see, I'm not a researcher, so to see all the researchers out here, it feels I have immense gratitude, immense respect towards you, Whatever findings you give me, if we can collaborate together and make sure that as a policymaker, if I can implement that finding, that is the most important thing for me. So seeing all of you out here and with all the government officials and non-government partners sitting together at the same room for the betterment of health research, this is what we want. And thank you all for your presence out here. And this is what we want everywhere in the world. Not only researchers sitting together and giving out some inferences, or policymakers sitting together knowing exactly what to do, knowing exactly what not to do and what to do. If we can work together, and if you researchers can give us certain policy brief so that we can togetherly implement that in a ethical way, and as Professor Wanta said, in distributing it collectively throughout the country, then I think we have done our work. So thank you very much for all of you for being here, and we hope that this deliberation will definitely give something for the government to make sure we have our new policies and we can implement it in the coming days. Thank you very much. Welcome to Nepal.
More number of foreigners are more than the Nepalese. So it's really an international conference. Thank you, Dr. Pramod. As a Vice Chairperson of Medical Education Commission, it is a true honor to stand before you today at the 24th International FERCAP Conference. As an immediate past chairperson of Nepal Health Research Council, I am filled with pride and gratitude to witness the continued progress and commitment to promote responsible conduct of health research, and would like to acknowledge the organizing and steering committee for hosting such a historical conference in the context of health research ethics here in Nepal. I had the privilege of serving as a chairman of Nepal Health Research Council and had a chance to contribute to the country's health research ethics. Today is a moment of great joy for me to look back on the work we did, and especially the achievement we celebrated in 2019 when FERCAP accredited the NHRC's Ethical Review Board. This milestone did not just happen overnight. It is the result of years of hard work, collaboration, and dedication of many people who believe the importance of evolving research ethics in Nepal. Our journey began back in 2008 when we first discussed the possibility of FERCAP accreditation for the NHRC. At that time, we knew we had a long road ahead of us. There were a lot of factors to consider, strengthening our ethical review process, training researchers and review committee members, and ensuring that our research was meeting international standards. The workshop we held in 2008 was an important first step in the lobbying of FERCAP accreditation. It was an opportunity for us to learn, share experiences, and understand what was needed to meet the high standards the FERCAP set. At that point, we were not sure how long it would take or what the challenges would be, but we knew it was a crucial goal for the growth of health research in Nepal. And I am proud to say that after years of hard work and perseverance, in 2019, the Nepal Health Research Council was officially accredited by FERCAP. This achievement was not just a win for the NHRC, but the entire health research community in Nepal. It means that our system, process, and ethical standards since then are internationally recognized. However, we have made a great progress. We knew that the work does not end here. As we look forward, there are new challenges and new areas to focus on. The world of research is constantly evolving with a new technology and methods emerging all the time. Issues such as data privacy, AI in healthcare, and ethical consideration in global health research require us to stay ahead of the curve and keep adapting our ethical frameworks. The role of FERCAP continues to be crucial in this process. The organization's commitment to setting high standards for ethical research provides gratitude and support for countries like Nepal. As we continue to grow, we must also continue to learn from such others, share our experiences, and work together to address the challenges we face in research ethics. At last, I want to express my gratitude once again to the FERCAP for its support over the years. Being part of this community has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my career. I want to thank all those who contributed to Nepal's accreditation process, whether they were part of the NHRC or other institutions working behind the scenes. To all the researchers, policymakers, and ethics here today, I urge you to keep pushing the boundaries of ethical research. Let's continue to work together to ensure that the research we conduct is not only scientifically sound, but also it is also ethically responsible. Thank you and great wishes for the success of this program. Thank you very much.
The theme of today's conference, maximizing benefits through responsible conduct of research, is both timely and highly significant. Responsible conduct of research means following two ethical principles, maintaining honesty and transparency, and ensuring that outcomes believed not only for the research community, but also society at large. At the core of responsible research lies commitment to uphold the highest ethical standards. This includes treating research participants with respect and dignity, ensuring informed consent, protecting privacy, and safeguarding against harm. Researchers bear the ethical responsibility of conducting studies that neither exploit nor manipulate individuals or groups. Responsible conduct also involves the strict adherence to established guidelines, best practices, ensuring fairness and transparency, throughout the research process. The philosophy behind the maximizing benefit through responsible conduct of research is rooted in several fundamental principles. For example, ethical duty. Research is not merely about only generating knowledge, but it is also respecting the human dignity and rights. Researchers have profound ethical duty to prioritize the well-being of participants and society and above all. The integrity as a foundation. The integrity serves as a cornerstone of responsible research. This principle emphasizes the truthless and transparency, and ensuring that pursuit of knowledge is guided by honesty with no distortion of manipulation of conduct or reporting the research. Promoting good and preventing harms. And research should be a force of positive change. This philosophy underscores the belief that research must enhance the well-being of individuals and society while actively preventing harms, thereby making a meaningful difference. Social justice and fairness. The ethical principle of research stress that its benefits should be inclusive and accessible to all, not conform to the privileged few. The researchers are called to address society inequalities and ensuring their work does not exploit and manipulate the vulnerable population. Similarly, accountability and transparency. Researchers must be accountable for their work and its impact. Transparency across all the stages of research, from the design to dissemination. It is vital to maintaining public trust and ensuring rigorous ethical standards. Long-term responsibility. Responsible research extends beyond the immediate outcomes. This principle calls on researchers to consider the lasting implication of their work, determined for sustainable and long-lasting benefit that serve future generations. Collaboration for collective goods. At its core, research is a collaborative endeavor, and this philosophy promotes interdisciplinary culture and community collaboration, recognizing that diverse perspectives and enriched knowledge to lead to more meaningful outcomes. In essence, this philosophy frames the responsible research as a moral and social imperative and emphasizing the ethical conduct, inclusively sustainability, and the pursuit of societal goods throughout honesty, fairness, and collaboration. To whom does responsible research benefit? That is the major question here. And the responsible research benefits multiple stakeholders in significant way. First, participants. It safeguards the rights, interests, and well-being of the research participants, ensuring their dignity and safety throughout the research process. And the researchers and institutions. By adhering the ethical principle, researchers and institutions uphold the integrity of their research, fostering trust and credibility within the academic scientific community. Society. The responsible research serves the society by addressing the real-world challenges, improving the public health, enhancing the education, and providing valuable insight into the pressing issues such as environmental sustainability. And policy and governance. Trustworthy, ethically conducted research provides the reliable evidence to guide the effective policymaking. It supports of governance in making informed evidence-based decisions for the benefit of the public. Responsible research creates a foundation for trust, credibility, and impact that benefits individuals, institutions, and society as a whole. How to maximize the benefit through responsible conduct of research? That is another question for us. Maximizing the benefits research through responsible conduct
requires adherence to several key principles. Researcher must follow the established ethics standards and frameworks, and that emphasizes the honesty, integrity, and fairness. This includes avoiding the practices of such as plagiarism, data falsification, and misinterpretation of the results. The responsible research involves clear and accurate reporting of methods, resulting and conclusion. Transparency allows for replication of studies, enhances trust in findings, and ensures the conflict of interest or potential bias are disclosed to maintain neutrality. And the researcher should design studies that include the diverse participants, particularly those from the marginalized group, to avoid the biased outcomes and ensure the research findings are representative of equitable. And researcher must remain accountable throughout the research process. Peer review provides an additional layer of the accountability and ensuring the quality, integrity, and reliability of research outcome. And the research findings should be applied in ways that address the real society needs and contribute to the greater good while avoiding the harms to the individuals, communities, and environment. Researchers should consider the sustainability of their practices and long-term implication of their findings, ensuring their work benefit future generations. And assessing the benefit of responsible research requires the multidimensional approach to identify both the direct recipient of the research and its broader society's impact. By embracing these principles, researchers can ensure their work is ethically conducted, impactful, and beneficial to all stakeholders involved. In this regard, the Forum of the Ethical Review Committee in the Asia and Western Pacific region, FERCAP, plays a vital role in advancing research ethics across the region. By strengthening the ethical review process and empowering the research ethics committees, FERCAP not only upholds the integrity of health research but also cultivates the culture of trust between the researcher and communities. Conferences such as FERCAP are invaluable platform for fostering the dialogues, sharing the best practices, shaping the collective version of more responsible and impactful research ecosystem, and that they remind us the ethical research is not merely the standard to be upheld, but also shared responsibility to be with us. And as a Vice Chair of the National Planning Commission, I have witnessed the firsthand the transformation power of research in shaping evidence-based policy, driving development, and fostering societal progress. However, the trust potential of research can only be realized when it is conducted ethically and responsibly. Failing to address to these principles risks creating inequalities, misinformation policies are eroding the public trust, and outcomes that we must actively prevent. In conclusion, let us fully hold the transformative potential of research while ensuring it's grounded in ethics and responsibility. Every study we undertake, every insight we generate, every policy we shape must strive to advance knowledge, foster trust, and benefit humanity. Thank you, and I extend my best wishes for productive and inspiring conference. Thank you once again.
Conference in the inaugural session, and I am equally grateful to our all distinguished guests, invitees, all national and international participants. You are committed to the theme of this conference, responsible conduct of research. So we are very much appreciating your presence, your commitment throughout the days and for tomorrow as well. And we'll have some good deliberations, we'll have some sharing, we'll have some fruitful outcome from this conference so that our research in our country would be more ethically sound, and our research will be scientifically good. And this international conference has come to our country at our doorstep so that we'll have face-to-face conversation, face-to-face sharing and learning environment within our doorstep so that our national delegates and foreign delegates will have the common sharing in the same place. And government responsibility is to protect the people and society, to serve people and society. And academia and all researchers are responsible to teach the research and ethics. And Nepal Health Research Council is in between. It will regulate the research, and it will do some capacity build-up trainings, and it is here to assure for the responsible conduct of research as well. We have already heard about the equity and justice. The equity and justice are the pillar of the ethical research, and I think from today onwards, we all will be very much conversant with an international faculty, international scenario, to conduct our research in the same level, same guideline, because we have all guidelines and ethical principles on the resources and the net, but we are discussing in face-to-face now so that it will be materialized and the principle of responsible research. And this concept has been materialized just because our proposal to conduct this conference at this country was accepted by FERCAP. So I am very grateful to FERCAP as well. And we are grateful to our family, to our distinguished guests and our line ministry and our researchers within the country.